Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you haven't watched it already, I was talking there recently about the whole console versus PC debate, so I decided to build, or well, select the parts that might be good coming up to Christmas now, which if you're thinking about getting into PC gaming will kind of definitely tie over. So this first build I'm going to be recommending comes in at 468, and I'm also going to give you the options to upgrade this one a little bit, and it'll just cost just slightly extra depending on which way you do it. So it's going to be an AMD based build just because the price is so good. So the AMD Ryzen 3, the 2200, it's 4 cores, 8 threads, so I knew we're fine there. 100 quid. That's really good. It's a new Ryzen processor, so that's really good. There won't be any games that it won't handle, especially unless you're going to throw like a 2080 Ti with this thing. There's no such thing as a bottleneck really anymore, unless you're just being silly with the parts you put together. To go along with that CPU, there's the Asus ATX motherboard. The reviews only give it 2.5 stars, but I can't see an issue with this. Obviously there's alternatives there for an extra couple of pound, which you can go with if you want something that looks a bit different, looks a bit nicer, that's fine. But that motherboard looks sweet. There's no issue with it that I can see. The specs are really nice, and you're talking 170 quid and that's your motherboard CPU. Now, so RAM, especially DDR4, has just got ridiculously expensive. There's an app data RAM 8GB DDR4 with no heat spreader on the top of it for £54. I don't know if I want to recommend it, so I've just went for this G-Skills Ripjaw. This is really good memory. Ripjaw is sick. I don't know why it says it's the Intel platform. You don't need to worry about that. There's no difference in RAM. It works fine with Ryzen. You can even see in the bottom left it has been recommended with the Ryzen 5 before. So it's definitely decent RAM. It's 75 quid. It's just kind of sad that RAM's costing almost the same price as your CPU or motherboard, so it's just yeah. The next bit, I suppose, is it's the GPU. It's an important part, and it is one of the parts that I do kind of recommend, not recommend an alternative, but provide an alternative. It's a GTX 1050 Ti. For 160 quid, these things deliver really good gaming performance. It'll play all the latest games on probably medium settings, no problem. Some games even on high. If you want to get a PC and you just want to sit back, relax, and play something like Grand Theft Auto, these cards are great. This whole PC as a whole will play fine. Some esports titles, so like CS:GO and stuff, it'll chew through it easy. Super old graphics cards still play that sick. So again, if you want to squeeze the budget a bit, if you're going down to the RAM, you're saving 20 quid. There's an alternative to this card as well, which takes it down to tenner, where it only has one fan. I'd say it's worth the £10 just to get that slightly better cooling. And the next thing is the power supply. So AeroCool, they're a decent brand. It's 80 gold certified plus. You do get cheaper power supplies, but a power supply is not something you want to cheap out on in case something goes wrong with it. They're the most likely to break out of all the components on a PC. But yeah, £32 still stayed. And last is the AeroCool case, which is actually the case of my girlfriend's PC, which you can't see, which is down there, but it's that same case. I've worked with it before. I have no problem recommending it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to a PC. Obviously, I don't want to recommend peripherals and screens included in that, because obviously a TV can be used as your screen. You can pick up cheap mice and keyboards for essentially nothing nowadays, especially on Amazon and stuff. So yeah, the final price of this build came to 468. So for that extra £30, you can pick yourself up a mouse and keyboard, mouse mat, and everything. One of my screens cost me £28 out of CX because it didn't have a power lead, and it's an AOC 1080p monitor. So yeah, if there's a will, there's a way, guys. Now, this build can be adjusted, so there's two ways where you can take it. You can get a higher performance CPU which the benefit isn't a whole lot, but there is a benefit. It jumps it up from a Ryzen 3 to a Ryzen 5. So let's see here. So it's 150 quid. So you're essentially, it's costing £50 more. So that would bring the budget up to 518. That one's completely up to you. If you have an extra 50 quid to spend, if your money's there, maybe do it. What I would recommend instead is going for the better graphics card, because that's where you're getting the extra game performance out. So where this GTX 1050 Ti costs 160, this is costing an extra £70 on top. So extra 70, that would bring if you went for the 1060 with all the original parts I was showing you, the total will come to 538, which is still a really good deal. Obviously the first initial build, I wanted to get it under 500 quid, which it did. If you went for the better CPU and the better graphics card like I'm showing you here, you would be talking around the 588 mark, which are coming up to a 600 quid build. But I don't know if I would recommend going for both of them. Ideally I would go, if you have 540 to spend, go for the 1060. If not, just go for the 1050 with the base build. That would be a really good first time build. It would allow you a lot of play room. This motherboard supports up to like Ryzen 270Xs, which you could just drop straight into that and it would work. This is the one I'm still repping at the minute, which was 300 quid when it came out, but it's still an absolute beast. And yeah, even a Ryzen 7 would be something that you could consider, but that you're talking then 600 plus quid for that setup. So yeah guys, this video was more of a part 2 of that console versus PC video. You know what, I might even edit them together, so you'll find out before current me knows. If you're watching this video and they're merged into one, then you know what's up. If not, then make sure to like and subscribe guys, and if you like this video, please let me know and I'll make more, because PC building is something I love doing, which I haven't done in a while, that I definitely want to get back into. So yeah, peace.